Hey everybody, here is our weather update for you. We are going to look pretty much solely at the storm coming up as we get into Wednesday night, mostly on Thursday. This is this big high impact storm we've talked about for, 10 days now, I guess. And we're going to highlight what it means for the valley and what will follow the system. And then there's a hint of maybe another storm down the road a little bit. But we're going to focus mostly on this storm. So first of all, I want to start by looking at the advisories and watches and what have you that we have out. This storm is going to have a lot of wind with it before it gets here and even while it's here. So because of this, we have a wind advisory in effect for the day of Wednesday, pretty much for the entire area, because we're going to see a lot of wind. We could see wind gusts in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, maybe even higher. So a lot of wind. As we've been saying all along, this is going to be a rain event. Especially a rain event. There could be some winter precip on the backside, but because of all of the rain, there's a flood watch for the entire area. This is in effect from Wednesday evening through Thursday evening. That's when all of the rain will fall, basically in about a 24-hour time period, and then it will be over. We've also talked about how there will probably be a transition to a wintry mix to some snow on the back side of it. Where it transitions quickest, we'll see the biggest impact, and this would be our far northwestern counties around Champaign, Danville, say about Arcola, Tuscola, Illinois, places like that. There's a winter storm watch, and that's for Thursday. But that's the only part of our valley right now under a winter storm watch, so we'll keep an eye on that. We're going to start by talking about where the storm is now, where it's going. What we're looking at here is kind of in the upper levels of the atmosphere. You can kind of see the storm has made its way now down into California. This was as of early afternoon here on Tuesday. This is its forecast position by Wednesday morning, kind of rounding across Southern California, and then it will start to head up in our direction as we head through late Wednesday and into Thursday. So I just kind of wanted to show you where it's located now. We're going to zoom in. I've been using national maps. We're going to zoom into the regional map now and go over these. This is the European. This is about 1 a.m. Thursday morning, so basically about midnight on Wednesday night when the rain starts. This is now around 4 in the afternoon on Thursday. We start to see a transition in our northwestern counties, still rain everywhere else, and then it's pretty much done by about midnight Thursday night. So it's basically, from midnight Wednesday night to midnight Thursday night, and then it moves on. That was the European. The timing on these, by the way, is going to be very, very similar. GFS model, again, about midnight, 1 a.m. on Thursday morning, just starting to get into the area. 4 p.m. on Thursday, transition kind of north of I-70, still rain south, and then pretty much over by about midnight Wednesday night. Those two are exactly on timing and very close on placement of precipitation. Now, if you've been watching these, I've been talking about the Canadian and how the Canadian model has been farther south, and I didn't really think that was going to be in line with the rest of the thinking. The Canadian now is coming around. Watch what happens. This is now basically about midnight Wednesday night. Rain moves in. This is now 4 p.m. on Thursday. Slightly farther south, but closer than it has been, and showing a transition in our northern areas and still rain in the south. And then this is again about midnight Thursday night. It's gone. You get the idea. This is basically midnight Wednesday night to midnight Thursday night. The Canadian model kind of coming around to more of a northerly track, or at least closer to northerly track compared to where it's been. So let's talk about the impacts. Snowfall. We don't think it will be a lot of snow in the immediate area. This is the European. It does show across the far northern areas, a little snow, 3-4 inches, something like that, maybe 5. But again, this is pretty far in our north and northwestern counties. The GFS, which all along has been a bit farther north on the track, shows some heavy snows, but again, well north of here, not much in our area. This is the Canadian, and you'll see it has shifted back to the north with the track, so it does have, a few inches of snow, but again, way up north in our far northern areas, and much lighter amounts to the south. And this one, which tends to be a pretty good idea, it's the national blend of models. Most of our area is between almost no snow and maybe a couple of inches of snow, with the higher amounts towards Chicago, South Bend, places like that. This one's probably going to be pretty close on the snowfall. How about the freezing rain? This is the European. It's got some along I-70, but not way excessive. This is GFS. It does show heavier amounts, but more so up near Interstate 74, not in our immediate area. And this is the Canadian. Really doesn't have a whole lot at all. So not a major factor, I don't think, there. Sleet on the European. Yeah, a little, 0.2 or so, not a whole lot. This is the GFS, more but northwest of here. And then this would be the Canadian. Again, a little, but it doesn't show a whole lot. The transition from the rain over to some snow and ending is going to be kind of a quick period, so we shouldn't see a whole lot of a mess with the sleet. I did want to show you the NAM model now, and I wanted to show you this. This is 4 p.m. on Thursday, the same time stamp as one of our others. This shows some pretty heavy rain here. Some storms may be possible around here with the ice and snow mostly to the north of this area. And here's a closer view. This is exactly the same time, around 4 p. Thursday. It shows all of this area still with rain, heavy, and then the sleet, freezing rain, and snow is north of here. So you get the idea. We'll probably not transition over until a little later in the day on Thursday. It will have a lot of rain. There's been no doubt. We've talked about this a lot. This is the European, showing much of the area with 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. And again, it's all runoff because the ground's frozen. Actually, I went back to the snowfall total on this one. I don't know why I had that one in there, so we'll skip through that. This is the GFS on rain. Again, it's got 2 to almost 3 inches of rain across the area. And then this would be the Canadian, again, heavy rain, in some cases maybe more than 3 inches. So you get the idea. We're talking quite a bit of rain. The rivers are already high. This is going to cause some flooding issues. That's why we have the flood watching effect for the entire area. There's also going to be wind. These are expected wind gusts. This is in the morning on Wednesday, and we're talking some wind gusts in the 40, 45, even pushing 50 mile per hour range. And now this is pretty crazy here. This is now when the storm is reaching its peak and moving through at 4 in the afternoon on Thursday. A lot of the area in the 25 to 35 range, but look down to the southeast of here. I mean, we're talking some wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. So there will be a lot of wind associated with the storm. By the way, those strongest wind gusts are not in our area, at least on this. They're projected to be southeast of here, but still a lot of wind for us. So I wanted to show you an in-house model now. I've shown you some of the national models. This is an in-house model that we use. This is a snowfall forecast pretty much through the event. You can see not much at all in the southern counties. You get to the northwest an inch or two, and you got to get pretty far up there near Danville and Champaign to see much significant snow. So we're not showing a whole lot in our immediate area, but more north to the west. Ice, also with our in-house model, not a huge amount, but you'll see some small amounts coming in, a tenth of an inch, maybe a couple tenths of an inch here or there, and lighter amounts to the south. And then I wanted to show you the forecast that we have for the next 7 days. This is pretty much all a Thursday event. Rain to the wintry mix to snow and ending. Falling temperatures, 54 is misleading. That'll happen early. Temperatures will be in the 30s by the afternoon. It's cold on Friday and Saturday, but look at next week. I mean, we got crazy weather coming up, and I wanted to show you something on that. What you're looking at now, this is now, and notice the big blue kind of blob in the southwest. That's our storm now. This is now February 23rd. Do you see that? See the comparison? Let's go back. This is now. That's the storm in the southwest, and watch on the 23rd. Look familiar? Once we get through this storm, we're not done. We're going to have another one coming up. As a matter of fact, it'll be the week after. And this is our next highlighted time period for the next high-impact storm. February 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It'll be a lot of the country will be involved, many states, and it looks to be an impact on us as well. It's way too early to make a call on what kind of rain, snow, what have you, but after we get through the storm coming up on this Thursday, it's going to warm back up early next week, and then as we get into the 22nd to about the 24th, get ready for the next high-impact storm to cross the country and impact this area. So a lot going on. We'll be watching all of this and keeping you up to date, but again, basically from midnight Wednesday night to midnight Thursday night is our storm. All kinds of elements for us, again, leaning heavily towards mostly rain, but some wintry mix on the backside, and it will be windy as well. So just get ready. It's on the way, and it'll be here pretty shortly.